Alright, so we're going to be taking a look at some of the controls here for Autodesk Fusion 360. So first thing we're going to look at is how to get the files. So we'll click this little waffle icon here in the upper left. And this is going to show you all of your files. You can also search a file if it's easier for you to find something that way. But let's go ahead and open up one of my files so I can show you how to navigate. So I'll click this back arrow and let's look at this chess piece. So I'll double click on it right here. Alright, and then that opens up my chess piece. Let's go ahead and close out the waffle menu. Alright, so to pan around an object, you're going to click with the middle of your mouse, so the scrolly wheel. That's going to allow you to pan kind of on a 2D surface. But this is a 3D software, so let's go ahead and orbit. So we'll hold down Shift on our keyboard, then we click with our scrolly wheel, and this allows us to orbit around our 3D model. Now this isn't the only way to orbit around a 3D model. We can also click this little cube in the upper corner, and that's going to allow us to do the same thing. Might be a little bit easier if you don't have a mouse and you're just using trackpad. So let's say you lose your object altogether. There's a little home button up here by the cube. You click that, it's always going to do its best to center you back into your model. So let's go ahead and look at the toolbar. So up here, this is your toolbar where you've got all of your 3D actions you can do. Now there's also going to be some actions you can perform in 2D, and so we'll go ahead and click Create Sketch and start a sketch here on the model. Now the toolbar will show you all of your drawing options for 2D before you make it to 3D. I'm going to go ahead and click back here. Next, we're going to look at our timeline. So the timeline is extremely useful. It allows you to rearrange elements or go back in time and modify something. So I'll double click here. Instead of 4 of the little prongs, I'm going to go ahead and change it to 3. You can see it changes it for the final version of my model. If you ever want to undo, the undo and redo buttons are up here. And then over here is just some drop downs where you can find like your bodies, so your 3D models. You can hide different elements in your model. So for example, my canvas that I'm already done using, you just click the little eyeball and that allows them to turn on and on. Or if you ever want to go back and edit a sketch, they're all saved here in Sketches. If you ever change something in a sketch, it's going to change it for the final version of your model. But that's a little ugly, I just want to do it as an example. So we'll go back, and that's about it for toolbars and navigation. Thank you guys.